He's in the building. I want to thank my Heavenly Father, archangels, regular angels, ancestors, extended ancestors, all light beings, all divine beings, all high vibrational beings, all timelines, dimensional portals, past, present, future, to all in all, to infinity flow. Like, it's sad how y'all thinking I'm holding on, or y'all having me guessing. I'ma just be blunt. None of y'all a factor right now. Y'all the furthest thing away, from my mind. It's like little gnats and mosquitoes. They, you get this swat fly, the bug spray, the off, or whatever, and call they exterminators. I'm trying not to call it exterminators. I value all life. I'll swat y'all away, smack you down and stuff like that. I really want to kill a bug, which we all have done it, so it's not like it's not in us. I just swat one of y'all down earlier. Y'all came in here thinking I was just going. I didn't see y'all in the dark. Kick that shit. It's just start flying crazy. Then it had to land because it knew it was shook. So I had to keep your prying ass away from me. We're not playing these fucking games. Anyway, I'm delivering shit. You can join the channel, be a fan like you are, and stop it with the bullshit. Right now, the things that you're experiencing is that y'all looking in your divine, you're getting a mirror. A mirror was placed in front of you. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about your other choice. Or, everybody else's other choice. The ones, the schemers, the movers, the shakers, the tricksters, I'm gonna do anything I need to do to come out on top, type people thinking that, you know, they master the game, the, the game within the game. And there's many games within one game, as we call life. There's many different worlds. So there's many different worlds, there's many different games. If there's many different ideologies, there's many different worlds, there's many different galaxies, there's many different star systems, however you want to just, the way I think, you might not think, which we all finding that out. What I believe to be true, not everybody believe to be true, as we all find out. And that's between the individuals. But even though we are all individuals and we are all unique individuals, that also supposed to work like a collective. Without no king, without no queen reigning over us. The only king and queen that should reign over us is 0.0. No all be all is all. And all is it at the same time. Even though y'all don't believe in God and we all have a piece of his soul or, spirit, piece of spirit, piece of, source, however, you know, y'all come to realization or, you know, ideologies, even if it ain't like mine, but it will be like mine, just with a different face, different ethnic, not ethics, but, ethnicity, as far as this world bullshit. That shit is so grand. I'm gonna show you how grand that one with the ethnicity, Spanish, Black, Puerto Rican, Dominican, African, what you call Portuguese, and all the rest of the nations that no disrespect. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I could stand here and name actually all of them and be precise and not drop one. So I'm also human, but at the same time, if I really wanted to go there, I could talk to one of y'all, in spirit and get that information if, you know, that really needs to be done. But it don't need to be done because I know what I know and I know if you understand or start looking into everything, you'll come to the realization sooner or later where I'm at, you know, or, you know, or even beyond. You might be awoken and I'm trying to catch up, which it wouldn't be a problem because I will still understand what you talking is truth because it comes from source. And if I don't understand it, I know I gotta look into it, which will gain more knowledge to fully understand. So it's all practice. It's all building your muscle. You feel weak in whatever area you get in that gym and that's if you feel like you need to do it. Like I really don't feel that I need to get in the gym. Ooh. And if I was doing it for me, scoping myself and she going, but then that leads, it can lead into vanity, you know. And I'm mindful of certain things. Plain Jane was different, you know. I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not, but I am who I am. And if y'all see it, thank you. If y'all don't see it, okay. I know we got to stay away from each other. You don't even have to, you don't have to dictate to me that you don't like me. I already know that things is off. I could feel the energy where tensions rise, where a simple conversation and different outlooks that don't line up together. And then through the words, certain people say, "Oh, you always think you're right." Why? Why would a person always jump to that insinuation when it's not like we always having disagreements? And it's not about being right and wrong. It's about gaining true understanding of whatever the fuck we talking about. Well, I could be wrong. I don't just run off with my mouth. I don't just talk to be talking. If I'm speaking, it's because I believe I know something. And if I am wrong, I can't come back and be like, yo, you was right. Like, thank you for clearing that up for me. I'm sorry I didn't see it that way. For some reason, I didn't get that far, or I, overlooked it or forgot about it. Which no excuse. It's still no excuse. What is right is right, and it's not gonna kill me to say, yo, he was right. Right. But yet we play these, or you know, individuals. Because I don't play these games. Like it, it's, it's nothing personal. Why is it personal? Why are you making it personal? Why are you allowing your emotion, take control of your vessel when it be real petty shit that you ain't looking at? Why am I angry over a conversation? It's, oh, I ain't gonna back down. I'm the big bad wolf. What you call it? You ain't gonna beat me, and already on the defensive and attack at the same time. 'Cause you know they say the best defense is offense, so they swinging and talking, and you even give a vibe or what you call tense up, or you just like, yo, what's going on? Why we not having this understanding? I'm explaining, man. Can you please show me where it has a hole at? Don't just argue me down and let you go through and then you tell on yourself when you only think you're right. Thank you, but I don't always think I'm right. I learn just like everybody else learns. And when you learn something, do you not do you ace the test all the time? Do you ace tests all the time? Whatever test you take, do you always get 100%? But if you take the test again, you will get the right answer when on that question or questions that is wrong, right? It's all part of building that muscle. It's all part about experiencing. It's all about growing the fuck up, evolving. Like, and this is on all aspects. All aspects. I'm talking like I'm a motherfucking a scholar. I'm a what you call a philosopher. I'm a somebody that's been actually studying to be this and everything else that I can be, that we all could be if we allow ourselves to be it, cultivate ourselves to be it, instead of worrying about what the next person is thinking, what the next person, how the next person is going to feel about it, how what you call it, the world is going to hate you for it. The world hates you already. You just don't know it. That's the crazy part. Oh, man. And it, I'm laughing because it's serious, and as you probably shouldn't be laughing, but you have to laugh so you don't go crazy because that's fucking serious. It's really that fucking serious. The the mind games that's being played here within ourselves, for one, and then the billions of others that's going through basically the same shit you're going through, but in their own aspect of understanding what the fuck they going through. For real. And we accepting their input, which that's not really the problem because that's how we all learn. We all interact. We all pass on information verbally, energetically, you know, physically, and you know, in corroboration physically. You know, they don't want me to shut up. I talk too much, or I don't let nothing go past. I find it funny that if I do something, it gets pointed out real quick how I made you feel or what you perceive that I have done wrong. To the ones that actually, you know, verbalize certain shit that they knew in their heart had no founding, but either here or there. But it was said or was pressed upon. Um, you got what you call it, you got your what it costs to be the boss. Big Bay take little bank. Little slick shit, you know, little slick shit that's just funny. Little bank could rise to be a bank with longevity because it's grown properly. It evolves with the individual, and the individual evolves with it, and it prospers to go into other ventures and stuff like that. And there is no rush because if you rushing, you you miss out. You overskip steps. You you sloppy because you rushing. Your focus is not on the quality of the situation. Your focus is on the outcome, and the outcome will be good. But can the outcome will the outcome last? Because as soon as you get that, you're gonna act like you that and do other than what it's supposed to be, you know, grown. How it's supposed to be maintained. You know how they say easy come, easy go. But it could come easy and with, you know, outlook, with respect of, you know, situations, known and unknown. Because we can't predict the future, but yet we can predict the future with our steps that we making at that time. It's still, there's always a variable that it don't work out the way we see it, and that's where the learning comes in. That's where the accepting. That's where the like, it's easy to do. You know, we all throw tantrums. We all want what we want. We all truly want instant gratification. But if we had that, would we truly be happy? Because if everybody had everything that they want because they want it, eventually they have everything that they want, and now there's nothing else to pursue. If you got it all, or had it all, or trying to keep it all, you, you truly have nothing. Now you playing with other people, manipulating other people. That's what these high ups is doing, the big wigs, the money, the Rockefellers, yo. If you dance for me, if you perform for me, and that you go as you perform for me, you're gonna be generating millions, billions for me. And I'm gonna give you a couple of 100,000, maybe a couple of million, not 100 million. You understand? Not what you call it, not not $1 billion. Like when they making multiple billions already off of other souls, other energies, other people gifts, other people understanding, knowledge, wisdom that they might not even have, can't even connect to because they're not connected to source. They have to use other individuals that's connected to source, that's unconscious that they connected to source, and lead them into folly, lead them into earth. And that's where here we go. The law of creation coming. And believe me, it's the law of creation. Lead any of my little ones away from the truth because you act like you know the truth, or you might know the truth, but you manipulate the truth to elevate yourself and your family instead of elevating all. It's damnation to the bloodline. God give grace. God want to see how far us fools, misguided, unlearned, fragmented, we live, we live individual in ourselves. We don't live mind, body, in spirit, in sync. We use the mind when we want to use the mind. We use the soul when we want to use the soul. We use the heart, when we want to use the heart. And that's wrong. They all supposed to be working at the same time in unison. And even if you don't feel that they agree, by them working in unison, agreement will come to an answer, a truth, an absolute truth where there is no mistake. talk a lot of shit, right? But put it to the test and tell me I'm lying. Don't just say I'm lying. How about that? Put it to the test and then say I'm lying. And the shit that I tell you is it will better you. It will better everybody. Even if you don't wake up to the realization to how far it really goes. But eventually you will. 'Cause like I said, you you'll be doing the workout and not really knowing you're doing the workout. But it has to be persistent. You gotta do it for a couple of months. Do it for a couple of years. But you know, understand it. And what's crazy and why a lot of, the gurus and my predecessors that, did things that they ain't too proud of to what you call to acquire, and also for me just to be able just for me out of nowhere to step into it when you know I, I understand. I understand. So that's another reason why y'all forgiven. It's another reason why to forgive y'all because I know how I want to take y'all niggas heads off for something that y'all doing, and it's not that I'm doing something to you or did something to you. It's the realization of what y'all did, and you're mad that I don't have to, experience that. And I'm gonna let you a little secret. I'm not with no society. I'm not in no coven. I ain't in no Illuminati or skull side skulls, whatever, all that skull and bones. Not with none of that. You know, I was intrigued with some of the stuff that was shown. I didn't say I would interact with it, but you know, it had some shit to it. It had its own appeal to it. I ain't gonna lie. You know, it gave me insight to something I didn't have an insight to, or much insight to, and which with the little information that I did, acquire from movies or different people talking about it, and me being curious and talking what I heard first and foremost, then ask questions like, yo, could you call? I really don't know, but such and such, such and such. So if I'm talking like that, you already know I don't know. And, but whatever information you give me, I'm gonna take it, with a grain of salt. Thank you. What you call? At least you replied. Now I gotta look into how you replied and if it coincides or validates what's being shown or what's what I'm asking you know to get clarity on. And we all do that. We've been doing that all our lives. So, but we learned how to do it for frivolous things. we could tell each other, if you sports fans, which, I like sports, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you everybody's stats and everybody's team for for decades of years because I've been, I was stuck watching it like that. Like, I have memories. I have, seen some moments, but in sports history, like, I was I was under warfare and didn't know I was under warfare. I wasn't under warfare. I believe everybody's under warfare. I know also there's illusions that everybody ain't going through it because, you know, the so-called tribes clicking up, you know, the cool kids, the goths, you know, the grunge, the metal band, the metal people, you know, cheerleaders, the athletic squads, and whatever, whatever. Just simple breakdown, and it's the ability of learning to use all or everything you ever what you call acquired, picked up, sensed, felt, and let the subconscious do what it do with it. The more pieces you get that's actually closer together, start forming, forming a picture, the more clearer everything gets. But the puzzles you got to find the corners. That if you're smart, you find all the edges, you find all the, and then start working from there and work inward, which is easier said than done. It depends on how complicated your puzzle is, how many pieces. You got kitty ones too, but we ain't even talking about those. We're talking about all of this, and I mean the all in all that as a puzzle, and we talking about the small pieces, small joints. You know, the ones that 2,000, 3,000 pieces, and even though a lot of people haven't messed with that type of puzzle, but there are puzzles that go that far. Grand masterpieces joints. Some people just, or some collectives are into stuff like that. They have the patience and the time to zen out with that for whatever and then it's not like they just stay there. They do what they do, and they'll come back to it when they're ready to come back to it. Right? But once it's accomplished, you, you feel a little, prestige, pride in yourself that it took you 10 years, but you know, persistently, you, you finally finished it, and it's beautiful as the box covering, the display of whatever you was putting together. So this is what is going on. We just picking up pieces here, picking up here, and don't even know that we picking up pieces that fit together. So my, my gift to you on the 3D level is soak up information, you know, the frivolous, not even the frivolous, but you know, the stuff that you would say is minute, you know, instead of worrying about what stars, how many kids they got, and who they fucking, who they cheating with, for what they did this, or you know, what the stars is doing, period. And you know, start focusing on you, the star of your picture, the star of your life, which is your movie. And a lot of us is allowing the movie to run us instead of us running the movie. Have you ever seen a movie where the star wasn't the star? You know, they was outshined by their co-star. I know y'all have seen that. A lot of us won't admit it, but we have seen that. That's basically what it is. Same exact scenario, maybe different plane, but same scenario. Same scenario. You it's easy to play the blame game because it does have some truth to it. But after you done ran with it, you know, dragged it into the hole or into the ground or, you know, to the wheels fall off, eventually you're gonna have to stand in it and walk. You know, when the vehicle hits its destination, it can't go no further. Or if you run it in the hole, it's you know it's no longer effective. Now, what was a luxury, or at least that's what y'all feel it is, a luxury instead of a tool that needs to be cared for, like it's caring for you. That's like how you say having a horse and just traveling with the horse. You ain't letting the horse sleep. You ain't feeding the horse. You ain't giving it no water. You just yeah, yeah. When it tries to get some rest, you kicking it. You move. You making it. Eventually, it's gonna what? And then what you gotta do? Find you another horse, and that's if you can get another horse. And then what you gonna do? Run that horse in the ground too. Eventually, you're gonna run out of horses, or every horse that you try to come across is gonna run from you because they smell the scent. Like, oh no, can't let this one catch us. And if we do, we got a motherfucking like. get away from him when he sleep, or motherfucking killers smash that nigga while he sleep. You know, on some real bullshit. Or, you know, while you taking a piss, they back up and horse kick you. How you throw it. Yeah, for real. I'm laughing, but imagine that shit. You know how fucking broke you fucking be. And everybody else would be like, oh, kill a horse. No, that horse did that shit because you done killed like 75 of their ancestors, 100 of their ancestors. With no mercy, was trying to do it to it. Mm, this is crazy. So, understand right there, you know, I'm laughing at this shit because I believe I'm that motherfucking horse. I mean, for real, I'm that motherfucking horse. I'm that thing that, you know, y'all been capturing, or, you know, things that y'all thought y'all was capturing that, you know, I resemble. Or and the whole thing with that is whatever you got away with them is because they was acting. The reason why you're not getting away with me, or in this situation, or whoever that it's not working on, it's because they're not acting. They are. They're being. No matter what being they are, they're being a true being, standing in its authenticity. Like, will always be remembered, will always be felt, will always be hated. Mm, just for being, but not just for being, but being a true being of themselves, not being a being for others, or a made up being to be accepted by other beings. I don't need your acceptance all my life, as we know, with the actions and the situations that, you know, towers or whatever you want to call it, traumatizations and, you know, trials and ritual, initiations without me knowing I'm being initiated. And it's not even being initiated to join, it's initiated to be sacrificed. That's some real sucker shit, right? Mm-mm. But what y'all going through right now, y'all looking, whoever y'all with, whatever y'all connected to, business wise, love or friend, family, whatever. What you hating is yourself, because you see exactly, and maybe sevenfold on top of that, which is still exactly. How did that make sense? I know that shit is mind blowing, but for real, that shit makes sense because it's common law, it's universal law, it's the law of creation where the energy you give off, you get back sevenfold. You could get back tenfold. You could fuck around and get back 100-fold. It depends on what energy, how strong you in the energy, and you ready to receive the energy when they come back, good or bad. because in all, it's your energy. It ain't nobody else's energy, but your energy coming back to you because that's what you resonated. And the universal law of creation says that no matter what it is, good or bad, you'll get sevenfold, tenfold, 20-fold, 100-fold. You fuck around and get an infinity fold. Depends on how you was radiating. So accept it, you know, grieve in it, surrender it, and be reborn, truly reborn. And never live that way again because you lived it, you understand it, you experienced it to the fullest extent, and you did not like the outcome. And what will be crazy if you really actually did all that and was actually reborn because you did all that. When you do the work, you do the process, you do the shadow work. Truly, you will be reborn. And if you're foolish enough, which I can't fathom that anybody, I'm sorry, my back itching, that that anybody will actually be foolish enough to start over in the buffoonery because they went back in their ego feeling that they got away with it. God help them, you know. But to no avail, that's the crazy part. It will be to no avail because I don't think anybody could truly fool the all knowing of creation. So for you to even be reborn, that meant that you truly felt what needed to be felt, truly understood what needed to be understood, knowing that death was on the line, and death will always be on the line when you ain't living in alignment. As long as you truly in alignment, death will never be on the table, even when death comes. Let me stop playing with y'all. And I'm not playing with y'all at all. But I know it feel like it because I'm not just seeing myself doing what I'm doing. I'm also seeing a lesser version of myself, you know, a memory, a dream of myself that is living in it, that was blind to it. That's a real precious gift from the Holy, the Holy One. And we don't know, we truly don't value what holds value. We chase everything else instead of chasing substance. We chase hollowness. Shit is hollow. We don't chase fulfillment. We don't search for fulfillment. And fulfillment is not riches. Fulfillment is not fame. Fulfillment is being comfortable with being the best version of yourself and knowing that nobody could take that away from you. That is completely earned and God given at the same time. And I pray that everybody come to that realization. But I know it will be all on at its own time. But I truly want to be here to witness the total unification of that. I want to see my heaven and everybody else heaven in this realm stand next to each other and shine like the ultimate heaven, you know. And I just had another realization, and this is how confident and bold that you know I'm able to receive it and just say it because there's truth in it, and not just in it. It's 100% truth. And I lost it because it wasn't meant for y'all to get it. My Lord is funny. Okay. mm. I was just laughing because earlier in this video, I was talking about it, individuals that are not just in my life, but other people's lives, but not the same people as people that's in my life. And it might be the same people in my life, because speaking to everybody, and the ones that's closest to me in the vicinity, the ones that's closest to me in family and all that, know other people that I know, and so on. Just, that's what community is. So, and then further out, we all need to start doing this by myself in quiet, in real, pure, questioning thoughts, questioning meditation, dissecting what needs to be understood, how it's supposed to be understood. I didn't, you know, start my life and just said, okay, I'm gonna pick up this, I'm gonna pick up that, I'm gonna pick up this, I'm gonna pick up that. Consciously, and I didn't say, oh, I'm gonna grow up to be an energetic shield, an energetic sponge. I didn't say that. I didn't say I wanted to be what you call a chosen one, or you know, a holy man, or to be famous, or you know, I ain't gonna lie. I think everybody wants to be rich. I don't care who you are. Everybody wants. I'm not even gonna say rich, but to be well off, comfortable. You know, but I'm gonna hit you with something else. What is comfortable? You can have nothing and still be comfortable, or find a way to be comfortable. The world and everything is at our disposal if you're in the right place at the right time, know the right individuals, be be in the vicinity and able to, you know, move whatever that needs to be moved if it needs to be moved. You can piece together whatever you need to be pieced together until it gets pieced together and it's comfortable. Wow, but you pieced it together. Number one, you took the time, the effort, the strength, the energy to acquire whatever that caught your eye, that you felt was worth whatever you had to do to get it to wherever you needed to get it to, for you to enjoy whatever you felt it was going to bring to you. And being happy with that. You know, you can always upgrade when the opportunity presents itself, which opportunities knocking presented every day. We just not conscious, and I said this in other videos. We just truly ain't conscious of the little interactions and situations that we be a part of that we overlook, tend to not see. or completely oblivious to it. And it works to the one that know advantage all the time. That's why they say knowledge is power. Because it is. If I know something that you don't, but yet you need it just as well as I need it, I'll let I will show you I know what I'm talking about, and then you'll come and ask for my help, or the individual help. Because I'm not gonna say me, because I don't live this way, but I would give you my help. I would give you the help, and then not explain to you that you don't need me. You could do this yourself. I'm showing you that's what you call. I'm showing you that it's possible, and I'm also showing you how to do it. So all you have to do is take note, remember it, and then do it yourself. But you are doing it yourself because I'm not doing it for you. I'm just showing you how to do it and allowing you to do it so that you see that you just did it. So you can either show the next, or God forbid, if it needs to be done again, you have that information available to you instead of you having to look for me and I'm doing this. I'm doing, yeah, give me what I want. This is what I want. And that individual 9 times going 10 is not going to say no if they have it or not. They will kill themselves to get it, to get my little bit of help. That is truly freely given. If you paid for whatever, it's because, you was manipulated like the world was manipulated. Like everybody else is manipulated. You gotta pay for this degree, that degree. You gotta go to school for this degree, that degree. School is just learning the information, getting the information. You don't need a school to do that. You go to the library for whatever topic, whatever thing you want. Start reading. You all learned that in grade school, right? You all know how to read. The more we read, the more you'll start comprehending. The more, knowledge, knowingly and unknowingly, is sticking. Even if you don't feel that it's stuck. Oh, I can't remember it. Oh, this shit is just too hard. It's complicated. That's because you don't want to do it. And because you don't want to do it, it's going to be hard. Because you're making it hard instead of saying, you know what? I need this. This is what needs to be done. It would hurt me not to do it than rather than do